Tales this evening about the U.S. Space and Rocket Center's financial struggles during the coronavirus, due to the coronavirus restrictions. Today, a spokeswoman for the Rocket Center told us it refunded millions of dollars in space camp tuition for canceled camps. And on top of the 100 full-time employees it had to lay off, it does not need another 750 part-time people it usually hires for the summer. Way 31's Sydney Martin is live at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center tonight after learning more about the impact. Sydney?
Dan, the U.S. Space and Rocket Center told me 103 full-time staff members were laid off permanently. That's about a third of the staff, and that's already having an impact here at the Space and Rocket Center.
He burst out into almost tears and said that it was the best experience of his life. The level of team building and education that they're receiving at Space Camp, I mean, it's part of what makes Huntsville so spectacular and unique.
Christy Smith told me her 11-year-old son, Cash, went to Space Camp last summer for the first time. Smith said a trip back to camp was scheduled for this coming weekend.
These are some of the best and brightest employees in the world, so I trusted them last year. I'll trust them again this year.
U.S. Space and Rocket Center spokeswoman Pat Ammons told me while the camp and museum are both closed because of the current health order, they're working on how to safely reopen when the state allows.
Trying to find a way to keep the energy, the excitement.
Smith said she was fortunate to be able to reschedule her son's camp for July.
I had no issue rescheduling, which is kind of a concern, but because it usually is just maxed out and it is hard to get into the class.
But Ammon said some kids won't be able to head to Space Camp this summer. It's planning for smaller camps if and when it reopens. Ammons explained with more than a third of the staff gone, operations will look different when it reopens.
There'll be people wearing a lot of different hats and sometimes many hats as we try to get back on our feet and get going again with the important work we do here.
As for Smith's son, Cash, he tells me he's ready to head to camp.
Last year I had a really good time. I was really looking forward to it.
Now, Ammon said she hopes this is the only round of layoffs. She also told me the museum portion here at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center is funded by admission, and Space Camp, of course, brings in millions of dollars. Some of that money is now gone because of refunded tuition. Live in Huntsville, Sydney Martin, Way 31 News.